However, Deputy Griffith's implication seems to be that he believed that Mr. Boren had a gun, and that the fear for his safety caused by this belief was at least a motivating factor in the decision to arrest Mr. Boren. Now, in general, the law does not punish accidental or mistaken actions that scare someone, absent recklessness of a high degree. Accordingly, even if Mr. Boren did reach for his phone, unless he did so with the intent to cause Deputy Griffith fear, it is highly unlikely that a court would find any sort of criminal conduct was involved in him, quote-unquote, pulling out his phone. No Arkansas statute criminalizes a purely innocent act on the part of a civilian merely because it triggers an officer's fear. And an officer's subjective reaction, even when that reaction is reasonable fear, does not transform a blameless movement by a citizen into a criminal act. Accordingly, despite the fact that Deputy Griffith seemed to be quite unnerved by the alleged removal of Mr. Boren's cell phone from his pocket, it is unlikely that a court would find that this action provided probable cause for a lawful arrest.
My deal on this is they kept saying, I'm not on your scene. The dad, if you look, he's got gun stickers all over his truck. I've dealt with them before on the theft deal down here in Altus. He talked to me about he always has a gun on him. But he come up here mad, told me he thought I was a nice guy, I wasn't nothing but a then started across the road and took his phone and turned. No, and at that point, I told him to leave. He said, I'm not on your scene. He gave me enough that for my safety, I went over, and then whenever I told him to turn around and face the truck, put his hands behind his back, he refused to do so. Whenever I told him to turn around and put his hands behind his back, he kind of turned sideways and reached down. So, yeah, I laid my hand on my gun because I don't know what this cat's doing. And I had nobody, he had people loaded up.